Hi, we're Richmond Urban Collective, and we're developing Metropolitan Preparatory Academy, a college and career prep charter school for boys focused on active learning, creative problem solving, and wraparound services.
The majority of our board members grew up here in Richmond, Virginia, and attended the Richmond public school system just as I did. Collectively, we probably have thousands of children, family members, and friends who attended the public school systems here.
Our nonprofit will manage operations directly, eliminating the need for a fee-based management company.
And I think really we need to look at it from the perspective of, if you figure that in order to help nurture a kid, raise a kid, move them towards success, you really need a partnership between the family, the school, and the community. And when one of those falters, you have challenges there. So I think in these instances where you have charter schools that can provide, in many cases, somewhat of a more nurturing, more flexible environment, and by still having that challenge, that expectation of success, I think you kind of recreate that necessary triangle that kids are going to need to continue to drive on for success here.
The year's best moments? Meeting community supporters and leaders while gathering support letters and filming a roadshow video. The worst moment? Losing in the federal startup grant competition as local review was still underway. Charlie Stillwell, headmaster of St. Christopher's School, discusses some benefits of single-gender education.
What David Banks would say when he's talking about his Eagle Academy program is he would say it's also been especially effective for boys in urban settings to have a program that's not just designed to have teachers using best practice for boys, but have a different approach to the academic day. A day that's extended in some way, a day that focuses on academic rigor, but also focuses on the importance of character development. The boys are dealing with any number of difficult messages in society about what it means to be a man. And I think when you have a school that's designed specifically for boys, you can reinforce those very positive images of manhood. Men who are anxious to be their best selves in the classroom, men who are anxious to make a positive difference in the community, men who are ready to step up not just for success in college, but to be leaders in their community. And programs designed for boys in urban settings can reinforce those messages in very unique ways and have a tremendous impact. Because ultimately, boys thrive when they have a sense of heroic mission and purpose.
Naomi Carter, Regional Director for Inroads Inc., discusses the significance of connecting classroom activities to real-world experience.
I believe that the K-12 education system somehow got away from life skills. I'll never forget, I was in 8th grade and I had an English teacher, and we were at the very end of the school year, and we're just wrapping up the last 2 weeks of class. And that's always an interesting time. A lot of times the professors give you, or the teachers give you busy work. But this English teacher, he actually provided me with something I'll never forget. He said, I'm going to focus on getting you ready to work. And the first task was for us to memorize our Social Security numbers. And then we practiced filling out a job application. And then he had us practice what it meant, or talk to us about what it meant to go on a job interview. And that was the first time I thought about my life after high school. And that was the first time that I actually got information that I could use the following that year. Matter of fact, I got my first job that summer. And I remember utilizing it and thinking to myself, wow, you know, now I know my social security number, being all excited about that, you know, to write that down on the application. Something as simple as that is impactful. And that helps to bridge the gap between education and life skills. And I think that's that schools need to focus on making the education real and tangible to young people. Early exposure to careers, I think, is absolutely critical. The number of young people that have this puzzled look on their face when we talk about internship opportunities for underwriters, you know, an underwriting position or an actuary position, you're like, what is that? What does that mean? Well, we're looking for young people who love number crunching. You know, if you have strong math skills, you could potentially have a six-figure career, you know, as an underwriter. They hit the six figures, okay, but they're not able to go back to say, okay, what am I really, really good at, and how can I make my passion something that I really love, and from an academic perspective, a career, you know, in the future. And you can do that, you know, through the college education track and preparing them in that capacity, or through the vocational track, you know, and giving them that exposure in the metals, you know, the metal shops and, you know, woodworking skills or whatever the case is. But that practical life application and correlating what they're learning in the classroom to what they're going to encounter as young professionals in whatever capacity is missing. And so I think that we've got to have those early conversations, create that early exposure, and allow them to experience it, immerse them in these different careers so they can get a better idea and get some clarity around what they want to do.
Our team of 19 directors and advisors collectively has nearly 6 centuries of expertise in education, business, the arts, and the sciences. Recent team milestones include securing the green light with the Virginia Board of Education, our 501c3 status, and in a few weeks, finalizing things with the Richmond Charter Review Committee. Future milestones within the next 2 months include finishing our Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign and our capital campaign planning study. We hope that you will help us open it up.